In today's video, ALHAITHAM, 5 stars Dendro character, soul wielder, driver, DPS in Hyperbloom teams. In this video you'll find tips, strengths explanations, artifact sets, weapons, best builds and more. Join me in the Discord server if you want to make friends and play games, share the games, you're more than welcome to join. And without further ado, let's jump right into active talents. With the normal attack, ALHAITHAM performs up to 5 rapid strikes, and with the charge attack you consume stamina to unleash 2 rapid sword strikes. You will use normal attack and charge attack to fight, but with mechanics of the skill, with which ALHAITHAM rushes forward, dealing Dendro damage. This forms a chiseled light mirror. If there are no mirrors when ALHAITHAM uses this skill, you will gain an additional mirror, so if you already have a mirror, you will gain only another one. Instead, if you have none, you'll get to have 2 mirrors. This mirror can grant different effects to ALHAITHAM. His attack will be infused with Dendro, which can't be overhidden. When this attacks its opponents, the Chisel Light mirrors will unleash an attack that deals AoE Dendro damage based on the number of mirrors you have. You can have a total of 3 mirrors at once, and the mirrors will disappear one at a time or when ALHAITHAM leaves the field. From this, we understand that ALHAITHAM as a DPS needs to be on the field the whole time to not lose mirrors, aka damage. Now with the burst, ALHAITHAM creates a field within which opponents take multiple instances of Dendro damage. If you have mirrors when using the burst, they will be used to increase the number of instances in the field of the burst. The more mirrors you consume, the less mirrors you will receive, from 0 to 3. So the level priority is given to skill, then normal attack and last burst. Let's have a look at the passive talents now. With the first one, charge attack and plunging attack will grant ALHAITHAM 1 mirror. This can happen every 12 seconds, pretty good for the rotation we'll have a look at in a minute. With the second one, each point of EM ALHAITHAM says will increase the damage of the special attack the mirrors unleash and the damage of the burst by 0.1%. The maximum increase for this damage is 100%, so pretty good since the damage is doubled. The cap of EM is 1000, which is pretty high for him since he also needs attack, but don't worry since you have the Dendro Resonance and Nahira, so you should be fine with 700-ish of EM. And with the last one, when you craft the weapon essential materials, ALHAITHAM can give you the product doubled with a 10% chance. Of course, pretty good when you're building someone. So the rotation is pretty fun in my opinion. You have to set all the supports first, and then ALHAITHAM will join the field using his burst, then 5 normal attacks, tap skill, 5 normal attacks, charge attack, and 5 normal attacks. This makes you have 3 mirrors the whole time, which will increase ALHAITHAM's damage. Now that we had a look at the entire kit, is ALHAITHAM queen or queen? Besides being pretty old as a character now, his DPS is still in step with the time, also thanks to the fact that he can always play with new characters that can increase his personal damage, so without a doubt we can say that ALHAITHAM is a queen. Here's ALHAITHAM's character investment, and let's move on with his build options. So for artifacts options, for 2-piece you can use 2-piece attack, Gladiator, Siminawa and all others, 2-piece EM, Wanderer's Troop, Gilded Dreams and Flower of Paradise Lost, and 2-piece Dendro damage bonus, Deep of Memories. For 4-piece instead, we have Gilded Dreams, which will grant him attack and EM based on the elemental type other characters have in the team. In a standard team for him, ALHAITHAM's gain 14% of attack and 100% of EM, which is pretty good for him. Main stats are EM on the sand, Dendro damage bonus on the goblet, and crits on the circlet. Substats are crits, EM, attack, and energy recharge. Before we uncover weapons options, the majority of the viewers are not subscribed, so subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content and make sure to activate the notifications to not miss out any future guides of favorite characters. Let's have a look at the weapons options now. First option is Light of Foliar Incision, which gives a lot of crit damage. The effect increases crit rate, and once you deal elemental damage with a normal attack, set damage and skill damage is increased based on the amount of EM ALHAITHAM has. Of course, really good for ALHAITHAM. New Splitter Reforged, which gives a lot of attack and crit damage. The effect provides elemental damage bonus with 3 requirements that ALHAITHAM can fulfill with no worries. And Primordial Jade Cutter for the insane amount of crit rate and nothing more since the effect is not that relevant. For first as options we can have, I'm already telling you his situation is not that good right now, but some options can be Blackleaf Longsword, which gives crit damage and attack. The effect grants attack after you defeat an opponent. I don't usually recommend these kinds of weapons. In ALHAITHAM's case, you may prefer to use him with crowd opponents since there would be more chances to activate the effect. that, on a side note, is not even that crazy for him. With some stages of the Abyss and the Stygian, you don't have a passive if you have this weapon on him, so keep that in mind. Iron Sting, which gives EM and if it increases damage if you deal elemental damage. This weapon is craftable, so you could rank it to make it decent. The Black Sword, which gives a lot of crit rate and if it increases damage dealt by normal and charge attacks, and regenerates HP if normal or charge attacks deals a crit hit. Wolf Fang, which gives crit rate if it increases skill and burst damage and crit rate. As I said, it doesn't have good free-to-play alternative for 4 stars, but hey, that's why we have 3 stars weapons. And the one I can recommend you is Harbinger of Dawn, which gives a lot of crit damage and if it will increase a lot of crit rate up to 28% when you rank it. This effect activates only if ALHAITHAM has more than 90% HP, but it's not a huge problem considering he plays a lot with Cookie or Baiju, it depends. So for ALHAITHAM's ideal build, you should aim to have 1400 of attack, 700 of EM, 80% of crit rate and as much crit damage as you can, of course, 170-180% of energy charge and 70% of danger damage bonus. If it's more, it's better, but try to balance it as much as you can with other stats. Buffs given by characters, kits, weapons and artifacts are not counted in these stats. Let's have a look at the constellation before team comps, just to know what they do in case you're interested. With the first one, when the special attack from the mirrors hits an opponent, the skill's cooldown is decreased by 1.2 seconds. This effect can be triggered once every 1 second. If it stays 12 seconds in the field, you will have 10 seconds discount for the skill, so pretty good, but not enough to beat his signature weapon. So between his first constellation and signature weapon, of course, the weapon is way stronger and I don't even have to explain why. With the next constellation, when ALHAITHAM generates a chiseled light mirror, his elemental mastery will be increased by 50 for 8 seconds, max 4 stacks, so 200 of EM, really good for his damage and for his build. The third increases the level of the skill by 3. With the fourth, when the burst is unleashed, you'll have different effects based on the number of chiseled light mirrors consumed. Each mirror consumed will increase the elemental mastery of all other party members by 30 for 15 seconds, for 3 mirrors is 90, and each mirror generated will grant ALHAITHAM a 10% danger damage bonus for 15 seconds for a total of 30% danger damage bonus. The fifth increases the level of the burst by 3, and with the last one, ALHAITHAM gains the following effects. 2 seconds after the burst is unleashed, it will generate 3 chiseled light mirrors regardless of the number of mirrors consumed. If ALHAITHAM generates chiseled light mirrors when their numbers have already maxed out, his crit rate and crit damage will increase by 10% and 70% for 6 seconds. If this effect is triggered again during its initial duration, the duration remaining will be increased by 6 seconds. Now for team comps, he likes to play with Dendro, Hydro and Electro characters, and also with supports that don't require much time on the field since he wants to be the one dealing most of the damage. First option is a quick bloom team with ALHAITHAM, Naira, Cookie and Furina. In this case, Naira increases EM, Cookie heals and applies Electro that will continuously activate Dendro cores generated by Furina that will also increase general damage. ALHAITHAM deals a lot of damage, making opponents stand no chance to survive. You can replace Naira with Collei or the Dendro Traveler and Furina with Xingqiu, Yelen or Aino. Second option is a Bloom team with ALHAITHAM, Lauma, Kokomi and Nilou. In this case you have Lauma applying Dendro, decreasing opponents' resistance to Hydro and Dendro, which is really useful for ALHAITHAM's damage. Kokomi heals and Nilou will increase the damage Dendro seeds deal. The general damage of the team is also increased by Lauma's burst and Herald skill. Third option is a Quicken team with ALHAITHAM, Naira, Cookie and Fischl. In this case, Naira increases elemental mastery, Cookie heals and Fischl applies Electro constantly, allowing ALHAITHAM to trigger Quicken. This team is weaker than the first option, but still a strong team. As always, these were just examples. You can use ALHAITHAM with other characters I didn't mention and have fun with him and his team comps. And that's all you need to know about ALHAITHAM. I hope this video came useful to you. Let me know in the comments your final thoughts for our scribe. I remind you to subscribe to the channel, to join my Discord server, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!